Hi guys, how are you? Type A here, and today I would like to show you guys if you are watching the latest production videos I'm uploading to the channel, which is basically me trying to make a sound, but at the same time I'm basically experimenting and building different instruments and arranging and stuff like that. I'm creating this kind of like this randomized instrument, very similar in construction to the other instrument I did for the tutorial, the kind of like the arp bass acid sound with a bunch of different waveforms cut from a long sample. So in theory this glitch instrument is basically the same, but instead of using like a waveform, I'm using basically a much larger sample, and using the same construction that each time you hit a note it triggers a different sample in the chain, but with all the samples like mapped entire to the keyboard, I can mess around with the samples at different pitches and kind of like have the instrument trigger a different sample but with different pitch, and that's kind of cool, and with some different processing in the sound. So basically this is the guide that I want to show you. Yeah, so it's kind of like this. Basically the way you go about creating this is that you can kind of like build this type of instrument out of any source material, and maybe you got some stuff that's completely percussive or glitchy or even melodic, and in the production video I'm making this a lot of this instrument out of any source material. So I sometimes end up with a phrase that with an instrument that I can play like different phrases, and it's very melodic and in tune with the rest of the song. Other times I can just create something like this. And the way I think you can use this is to set up a chain with different modulation, like I'm automating different filtering and delay stuff and pitch with the sample, and render 2 or 3 rounds of this, and kind of like with the resulting sample like get these tiny beats and create different musical phrases, or even render different rounds of the sample and then use all the stems and kind of like use the neurogami swap shop tool to kind of like play with all of them. But sometimes you a track sounding, then it switches off and turns on the other track, and yeah, you can kind of like make really weird stuff. And with this you can then start processing it with the other effect commands like the envelope set or the sample trigger command. And the other thing that's cool here, because we have like filtering before it goes to the actual effects unit, I'm using a comb filter, but with the bowel or some of these different filters you get a lot of good results. Like you get kind of like this vowely, like glitchy percussion. So let me maximize this and turn it down a bit. Even with the bandpass filter you get some cool stuff. yeah, so this is kind of like the instrument I wanted to show you guys, and I'm going to put this Renoise file available if you guys want to download it and kind of like take a close look and mess around with the different controls. And yeah, it's pretty simple, but with the right material you can build different really interesting soundscapes. So peace.